Greetings and salutations. It is Tuesday morning, well, Monday night, something like that, Tuesday morning, March 28th, 2017. So, this last weekend, that would be the 25th and 26th, there was a giant Starcraft tournament, and apparently Blizzard decided to drop information on the fact that Starcraft Remastered was going to be dropping this summer, and the internet is awash with all sorts of content videos of streamers and commentators and regular interviews and game companies covering all of this footage and everything. And I also noticed on the official website for StarCraft Remastered and everything else like that that there was a section dedicated for people sharing their stories. So I thought I might take the opportunity to, given the circumstances, share a little bit of background from my own experiences of StarCraft. And I'm kind of a fan. StarCrafts and carbot animations and that whole thing for StarCraft 2 is great. And I'd love to see something similar to StarCraft 1. I know that they branched off and ended up doing the Warcrafts and Diablo's universes and whatnot too. So maybe there is something actually out there. I haven't really followed it in the last couple of years, but I was a fan enough to buy this, and let's see. There's my little Zerglin in the background over there next to my companion cube. So, yeah. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a bit of a nerd, but I've sort of segued off into the other realms of topics that I promised myself that I wouldn't get distracted doing, but here I am. I'm a little disheveled and tired. It's this late at night because I just finished a work shift, but I thought I might as well take this chance to speak my mind about it. And of course I could always come back and redo this, but that I might as well give it all one shot here and use my limited video editing skills to just throw out something. So yeah, I've been playing StarCraft basically since it was out. I remember back in like 1997 that there was a demo disc from gaming magazines. They would often come as a paper publication but wrapped in a plastic outside wrapper that had like extra content on the inside of this plastic wrapper for the game magazine, and they'd have this demo disc, and usually it would have something between at a minimum like 5 or 10, or at a maximum something in the range of like 30 plus different games on a CD. And this is back in the era of like Windows 95 and Pentium 100 megahertz, Pentium 1s before Pentium 2s and Pentium 3s and 4s and everything came out. So we're talking relatively ancient technology. Hard drives, for comparison, back then were 1.2 gigabytes large as a maximum capacity. And of course you needed to have your operating system on the same hard drive, and didn't really leave a lot of room for games, especially if it was a larger game. And StarCraft being what it is, back then it was actually quite a large file. We're talking, I think the install file for even the demo was around 300 megabytes, so I had to like uninstall a whole bunch of other games to play it. And I remember being really excited to do it because it would take something around the range of 45 minutes to an hour to install the game off of the disk, and it required so many files off of the disk. But even then, I guess maybe for piracy issues or something, that Blizzard perhaps decided to require that demo disc was also needed to play it, so that you were authentically using their product or using their end user license agreements or whatever for operating it off of the demo. And the same thing happened with the original game release as well, that you required the disc in to play such games. So your CD-ROM drive would burn out over time because it would have to constantly spin to verify, or some of the files would be left not installed off of the game discs themselves, and they'd constantly be running. So here I am with this relatively ancient computer that was pretty high technology and advanced at the day, and I could play StarCraft, but since it was just the demo, it was only the first 5 or 6 missions, and it was only Terrans, and Terrans versus Zerg, basically. I think there were a couple of missions where you fought against some Terrans in the demo, and I'm going to have to go back through and play it for nostalgia's sake, as well as for updating relevant issues here while we're talking about the new remastered version of StarCraft coming out in I'm like pretty excited about it, and so excited enough to like go and make this silly, goofy backstory video that I'm rambling on about. But yeah, I'm just really excited to have made something like this be a part of my life for so long, and I'm glad that Blizzard Entertainment finally realized the value of doing such a thing. And I didn't see all of the release footage for interviews or explanations, but I did see that the gentleman, the CEO, the current CEO of Blizzard, he was really excited about it, and released that information during the tournament that happened this last weekend. And yeah, so here's my first attempt at sharing my little backstory about it, and thank you for watching.